Pickett, who I also have in the league, some very important news, did everything today.
Everything.
So certainly sound in practice. So according to Mike McCarthy, full participant, which would seem to put him on track to play in Sunday's game against the Packers. There is going to be a lot of, I'm sure, interest in what the division of labor is between Zeke and Tony Pollard. To hear Jerry Jones, who is Ezekiel Elliott's biggest fan, tell it, it's still going to be Zeke's show. They like Tony Pollard in the more limited role, so to speak, that they've carved out for him here. Yeah. And, you know, I would say this. There's not a lot of running backs who are true bell cows in the NFL. So the idea that Tony Pollard is ever going to be a 25 carry a game guy in the long term, in the macro, it's probably unlikely that's going to happen.
Right.
So the question is, from a snap perspective, from a touch perspective, are you more even now between Zeke and Pollard as Zeke is coming off of an injury? Again, Jerry, and the buck stops with Jerry on everything, continues to say it's going to be Zeke. That he's the guy that this offense revolves around, even though we've seen the explosiveness of Tony Pollard. But that'll be one of the many storylines to keep an eye on in Sunday's game. Of course, Mike McCarthy going back to Green Bay the first time since they fired him unceremoniously after a loss. The Packers have their own injury issues. Eric Stokes, he was their first-round pick last year, I believe, out of Georgia, defensive back. He had the injury last week. Does not sound like he's going to play again this season. So that's another thing that the Packers have to deal with. They also just lost Rashawn Gary. Yeah. Aaron Jones got beat up in that game, and I believe was in a walking boot after the game. It sounds like he dodged a bullet and actually should be okay to play in this game. It's just, you have to feel for Matt LaFleur at this point with the number of things that are going on here. Whatever chance they had to gather rhythm with this new wide receiver group has been thwarted by Sammy Watkins getting hurt, which at this point should not be a huge surprise to anyone because that's been the story of his career. But Christian Watson has not been able to stay on the field. He got pulled last week for concussion protocol, didn't have a concussion, but he had one the previous week, and that was his first game back after missing however many weeks it was with a hamstring injury.
Right.
So, Randall Cobb is on the team for one reason, which is that him and Aaron are close, and Aaron said, I want him on the team. But he's not a vertical stretch player anymore. He's not beating people downfield. He's going to do some dirty work inside. And Romeo Doubs is also out. So at this point, what do you do? You've also had offensive line issues. David Bakhtiari's been in and out of the lineup. Him and Elton Jenkins both have told the Packers like hours before the game, hey, I actually can't play, when they practice the whole week, assuming those guys are going to be in there. It's just, it's a hard situation if you're the head coach, if you're anybody on that coaching staff right now, when you have that many parts going in and out, and when you're trying to stem the tide. I mean, this would be a great one. All right. If the Packers can beat the Cowboys in Green Bay, it will suddenly feel like, okay, this is where Aaron Rodgers makes the run. This is where they figure it out. Now, it could be a 9-6 game, and then maybe nobody's saying this. But the point is, this could be that type of a launching pad game. And I would bet you, knowing how Aaron Rodgers thinks about these things, knowing how his personality is, he's delivering that message in one way or another. That we've got the opportunity right now to turn this thing around. But it's got to start now. Because if you lose this game, that is their 7th loss, I believe. 6th or 7th loss.
Six in a row, 7th overall.
They'd be 3-7.
Yeah.
It would be 3-7. And you would need to run the table for the rest of the year, which nothing about the Packers so far this season has given you the indication that type of a run is coming. Dallas, on the other hand, has been fairly healthy through the course of the season. Obviously, but for Dak Prescott missing a chunk of games with his injury. But they survived it.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush stayed out there.
Well, we started with Tyron Smith.
And Tyron Smith, that's true.
But
add him up, TJ. Give me all the excuses.
Well, it's not even an excuse. I'm not even pleasantly surprised. I'm just like, when we start the season, everyone talked about how Tyron being out was going to destroy the Cowboys. I had to keep mentioning that for as great as he is, how many games has he missed over the last 3 seasons, Tom? It was a considerable amount.
For Tyron Smith, he's missed about double the number of games he's actually played in.
Exactly. So we've been used to playing without him. I feel the line is doing a great job, and that was one of my biggest worries, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Settle down just a little bit.
I don't even think that was didn't I talk to you about these drops? I specifically talked to you about the drops this morning, man. And then you put a drop in there that was not necessary.
I feel warranted.
Cowboys have dodged a lot of bullets. Let's put it that way. Valid point on Tyron Smith, who might make it back, too.
Yeah.
He could be a month or so away from potentially being back in the lineup, which would be a big boost.
You know what that equals, Tom? Championship.
You're feeling it right now, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Look, I'm the one who...
As a Cowboys fan...
I think you're going to lose this weekend, right?
Yeah,
if they lose on Sunday, how are you going to feel? Is this going to be fully down?
No.
It's over? Or is it just going to be we never win in Green Bay?
Yeah, I mean, look, when you think about some rivalries, Steelers-Ravens, for example, it doesn't matter what the record is. You know you're going to get a great competitive game with those two. I just feel like in this rivalry, Aaron Rodgers has owned us, and until we go in there and stomp a mud hole in him, I'm not going to feel great about it.
Stomp a mud hole in him?
Stomp a mud hole in him and walk it dry.
Is that a Jerryism?
Well, that's a Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so. Don't.
All right. You rely on me for fantasy advice. I'll rely on you for WWE references.
I'm your guy here, Tom.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern.
Okay, can you hear me now? Brother, can you hear me? Brother, can you see me? That was weird. You can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No sound. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's got to be there. It's catching up. It's catching up. Hey. It's showing up on my mic here. Yes. There we go. You know I'm a freaking idiot. Hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you. Thank you, everybody. And let me say, as we get started, I'm going to try and reset this shit, okay? Okay? Yeah. Let's reset this stuff. Let me say from the bottom of my heart, thank you, veterans. Actually, I meant to wear my salute to service hat, which is in my truck, given to me by Daniel Hernandez, who hopefully will be here this weekend. But all of you veterans out here, thank you. Thank you for the sacrifices you have made for each and every one of us. I cannot thank you enough for all that you guys have done for us. I'm serious. And make sure every one of you guys and ladies out there, if you know a veteran, call them and tell them thank you for what you have done for all of us. All right. So let's get back to the ladies. I see Mary Lon just popped in. What's up, Mary Lon? Let me see if I can get this stuff together. Of course, I can see Angelica Barone. You know, I couldn't see Angelica there one time, but now she couldn't hear me. So I guess it's like, you know, we're returning favor. And Joanne Gonzalez. What's up, JoJo? I know we got Stacy Schubert here. And I'm going to get it right this weekend because at 4 o'clock on Sunday, she is going to be interviewing. Now, if you're old like me, you remember Good Times, you know, because I'm Kid Dynamite. No, she's not interviewing him, not Jimmy Walker. She is actually interviewing Thelma from Good Times. So definitely check out Stacy Schubert's channel and look for that interview. Shout out to you, Stacy. Let's see. Who have I missed? My dad is a veteran. Tell him I said thank you very much. I got Joanne. I got Angelica Barone. I got Mary Lon. I got Roland's Review. Oh, Miss Hot Sauce. I'm burning for you. You know what's funny is I was sitting here, I was talking to my wife and our friend who is an Eagle fan that's here. It seems like I see her more often now that the Eagles are winning. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or whatever, but, she keeps coming through with that fly Eagles fly crap. Anyway, I was talking about how, that I try to recognize that there's Mark Speak and stuff on here. I was talking about Lola's, Miss Hot Sauce and stuff. And they were singing another song. They're like, oh, you should use such and such. And I was listening. I was like, that's kind of explicit there about a Lola. I said, nobody might get the wrong idea up in here because, I've got crazy people watching. Let's see. And then there's Joseph Heatherly. Shout out to Joseph Heatherly, who's dealing with a whole lot right now with his mother. Send him your thoughts and prayers. Hunter Wool, how are you doing? Dem Boys Kick, what's up? I love weed. What's going on? And I think did I get all the ladies? I hope I did. If I didn't, there's Jessica. What's up, Jessica? Usually Lucky Gardenia usually slips in here about now and stuff. Bobby Ice. What's up, Bobby Ice? There's Gina Thorne. What's up, Gina? All right, so here we are. We've got the Cowboys going against the Green Bay Packers. And you know what? I'm hoping that we go in there and we finish him. Yeah, we finish Aaron frickin' Rodgers and we send him into retirement. Look, I told you it was about the time she came in. What's up? Lucky Gardenia Dashboard Confessions. The Green Bay Packers are beat the hell up. Let's be clear here. And I'm hoping that they're not like playing possum, that they're not, trying to get us to say, we can relax. No, don't relax. Do not relax on the Green Bay Packers. I want Renee. What's up, Renee? How are you doing? Hey. And there's Philly D. Oh, look, here we go. Philly D in the house. What's up, Philly D? Sorry about your Phillies, man. I'm sorry. I did the best I could to help you out there. The Green Bay Packers and Aaron frickin' Rodgers have been a pain in our ass for so long. I hope that they go up there and they take it all out on that team. That literally, I loved what Micah Parsons was talking about his grandma. I loved what he said that his grandma talked about. She said, you see a cockroach and he's fooling around. I'm assuming that he's like wounded and, kind of moving slow and, kind of crawling on the ground and everything. She said, what do you do? Do you just let him like go off and recuperate and get his shit together basically and come back? She says, have no mercy. Boom. Smash that stuff. Hear that thing. You want to hear the crunch of Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. You want to go in there like they had on Remember the Titans. Leave no doubt. Leave no doubt. Win this one for Mike McCarthy. Go in there and show everybody that you mean business. Because if you go in there half-stepping, they're going to look at you and say, the Lions, they beat them last week right there. You guys aren't that good. No, I want you guys to go in there and show the world. I'm sick of the crap that they're talking about. When we get finished with the game, this is what I want to hear from LaFleur.
Well, what happened was that second game, we got our ass kicked, or the second half. We just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. Horse. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. Coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked in that second half. It sucked. It stunk.
Okay. That's what I want to hear from LaFleur after the Dallas Cowboys come to town. I want them to destroy them. They are truly wounded. Literally every wide receiver that they have on their roster, except I think a 7th round pick, it literally is injured. Now, Aaron Jones, who was in a walking boot Sunday night, is off of the injury report and will play. Amari Rodgers has a hamstring injury now and is questionable. They're beat up. And they're in disarray. Aaron Rodgers is about ready to have a hissy fit. And it's time for us to put them out of their misery. So how's everybody doing tonight? What's the good word? There's Thomas Garrett. What's going on, Thomas? Kenny, Mark, couldn't agree more. Let's go Dallas Cowboys. Now, for our Cowboys, Zeke Elliott apparently had a good practice today. He's still wearing the brace, and he should be able to be playing on Sunday. Maybe we end up having, the new mix of Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott. Maybe Zeke gets 10 carries, and maybe Tony Pollard gets 15 or something, and we start working on getting something together. I'm hoping that that's the case. Now, I have to say, looking at Mike McCarthy right now, Mike McCarthy it seems like he's living his best life right now. After going literally through holy hell at the end of last season, where 90% of Cowboy fans wanted to tar and feather his ass, after listening to Jerry Jones saying Mike McCarthy knows he won't be coaching the Cowboys forever, after having Sean Payton literally call him and say, hey, I'm not coming after your job, kind of like, when that girl calls you and says, I'm not after your man. You know that she after your man. You know that she's after your man. If a woman's, honey, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I don't want your guy. Shit. You know exactly what she's doing. You know it. Yeah. She's letting you know that I'm coming through because I'm going to try to
finish him.
Yeah. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to finish him.
Finish him.
So, I just want to go a little bit on Mike McCarthy because looking at him right now, the joy on his face going back to Green Bay, knowing that Aaron Rodgers, with his new love, LaFleur, is going through hell, and now he's got his new love, the Dallas Cowboys, and they're looking good. See, this is where, see, ladies, you know what you do. You know exactly what you do. When you know that you're going to be at the same place as your old man was, you know that? You go deep in the closet. Philly D, what's up, Philly D? Thank you for the super chat. You go deep in your closet, right? You find the pow, 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 pow dress. You know what I'm talking about? That pow, 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 that dress that just accentuates the figure. Right? And then you make sure you get your hair done just right. Maybe you got it kind of up there with the little T's on it and things. You get your nails done. You get that makeup job at the red lipstick and all that. And when you go to that party, you stroll past them and you give him this little grin that makes him say, think in his mind, I wonder what she's wearing underneath. Damn. And as you walk past with a little extra sway in your hips, his eyes are burning right on you. Yeah. Because he's missing you. He's thinking about how he screwed up. How he thought the grass was greener on the other side, but you leave him wanting. That, my friends, is what Mike McCarthy wants to do this weekend. He's got the Cowboys, pow, 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 and Micah Parsons. He's got his Dak Prescott. He's got his running backs. He's got his owner that's giving him what he's asking for. And now he's going to show up at the party. And you are looking around at your new trashy girlfriend. Kind of busted, kind of broke down. Not looking real good right now. Yeah, it's like that. Okay, so listen to Mike McCarthy in his press conference. Like I said, for a second there, isn't he beginning to look like Kevin James? He's beginning to look a little bit like Kevin James.
It's good. Oh, I'll tell you, I'm impressed.
I'm impressed. I'm just happy. I'm just happy that Sean Payton's not the coach right now. I'm having a little problem with my Wi-Fi today. What the hell is going on here? Hold up. Let me check my Wi-Fi. Hang on. Uh-oh. Hopefully you guys are still there. Are we still there? Okay. Hopefully we're still here.
Wow.
Okay.
Flag on the play.
Okay. I'm having a little technical difficulties. I apologize, y'all. What the hell? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Let me try and refresh that. Let's see.
Oh, I'll tell you, I'm impressed.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I may have to reboot. Okay. Guys, I'm going to have to reboot my system. I apologize. It is literally freezing up on me.